Well, we go to Hollywood, where sadly art imitates life.
It's true.
In a recent episode of Law & Order, it seems that white rape victims are pressured into reconsidering
Don't say it.
testifying against black rapists.
What?
Why? Because of white privilege.
Yes, of course.
What? You didn't know?
Ooh.
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, What's Next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. Well, we're going to try to lighten up a little bit. Normally, I get heavy into politics, as I always do. But we're going to go to the land of make-believe. Yes, my friends, we're talking about Hollywood. Yes, where common sense, values, canon, sources, reliable sources, established characters, content goes to die. Well, in a recent episode of Law & Order, sadly, art imitates life. It seems that white rapists are pressured into reconsidering testifying against black rapists. Well, why? Because, come on, it's white privilege. What? You didn't know? It's a clown show. But then again, it is Hollywood, so here we go. This comes out of Outkick. Law & Order seemingly pressures white rape victims into reconsidering testifying against the black rapists. In a recent episode of Law & Order, Special Victims Unit drew attention over the storyline in which a white rape victim, resisted testifying against her black attacker out of the fear he wouldn't get a fair trial due to his race. Yes. In a January 25th episode called Truth Embargo, a man raped a character named Natalie during a smash and grab robbery of a clothing store. At the hospital, Natalie denies seeing her rapist's face despite video camera footage showing the man removing his mask before entering the dressing room. Natalie eventually and reluctantly identifies her attacker as a man named Jay Watson, portrayed by actor Mikey Cooper. Natalie's lesbian partner, well, of course, you had to have it, Brooke, explains that to detectives that Natalie is angry at the criminal justice system, yes, systematic racisms, over her belief that the black criminals don't receive fair trials. She's inconsolable, says Brooke. We're actually aware of the systematic iniquities that exist within the criminal justice system. Well, I can't deny that there's a history of racial bias, the officer responded. It's certainly not a perfect system. This out of TikTok.
But Natalie, Jay Watson raped you. You think I forgot? How could I? This entire trial has been an exercise in reminding me.
And this is your chance to do something about it.
I'm going to. Believe me. Because I can. I can afford therapy. I have that luxury. And maybe one day.
Yes. One day.
I'll be okay.
Yes, I'll be okay.
But if that teenager goes to prison, he may not be. Ever. I don't want that. Natalie.
He doesn't need that on her conscience.
Wait.
Sad. Later, the episode portrays Natalie as so privileged she needs not to seek justice for being raped. The character tells the prosecutor she has a luxury of getting therapy and healing from her trauma, but the black rapist would have to sit behind bars and actually be punished for his crimes. No, we can't have that. I can afford therapy. I have that luxury. And maybe one day, I'll be okay. But if the teenager goes to prison, he may not be ever. I don't want that. Detective finally convinces Natalie to identify Watson as her attacker from the stand. However, the district attorney agrees to a plea deal and commends Watson for taking the responsibility for his actions after he apologizes. The message here is repulsive. White women should have sympathy for their black rapists and thus far fear reporting them. This is grotesque. If Law & Order convinces one woman to feel that way and a rapist walks free because of it, the show is complicit. Rapists do not deserve sympathy, whether they are black, white, green, yellow, purple, or six heads from Mars. Rape is one of the most heinous crimes imaginable. Rapists deserve to be punished to the fullest extent. Rape and battered victims should not be pressured into to concern themselves with the supposed racial bias of the justice system. They have enough to worry about. Black rapists are not the victims. They are dangerous vultures who ought to be taken off the streets along with every other rapist, regardless of their skin color. On that end part, fact. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what color you are. You can be any color of the sun, any color under the rainbow. Rape is rape. Doesn't matter. But when you have Hollywood institutionalizing that that white rape victims are now the enemy. They're the enemy, and those who committed the heinous crimes just because they're black are now the victim. It's reversed. Because this is what Hollywood does. This is the same Hollywood who allowed Harvey Weinstein to run rampant for 30 plus years on his casting couch with white, black, Asian, purple, yellow, green. It didn't matter what color the woman was. As long as you got on the couch and you did what you were supposed to do, yes, Harvey Weinstein got you that role. And you had those like Oprah and others. Let it go. But it's sad that, well, I won't say it's sad because it's Hollywood. This is what they do. So instead of saying, here are the facts, what goes on, and, art imitates life, because if art truly imitated life, this whole episode would have been different. She would have been reluctant at first because, she feels ashamed in what happened to her, and understandably so. But eventually, as the show would have went on, episode went on, she would have come to the agreement to say, hey, you know what? I need to testify because I need to get this piece of shit off the streets. Doesn't matter the color. I need to get this piece of shit off the streets so that way he doesn't do it again. So what did he do? He apologizes. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. To agree to a plea deal. Now, me personally, I hate plea deals. I hate them. I've watched enough true life crime shows over the years and trials over the years. Plea deals are garbage. They have their place. This is where they have their place. But in the overall majority, plea deals don't do, especially the real victims, any true justice. But I decided to do this episode, because one, I'm not a fan of Law and Order. I never really watched it. And two, when it's something like this that is so blatant, obviously smacks in the face of real rape victims, no matter the color, yeah, this is the only true bullshit that Hollywood can write. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is what's next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue to spread the word about the show. Help the show continue to grow. And let me point out something before I close this out. Someone recently made a comment regarding a video I did regarding Vince McMahon. That he's been accused of sexual shenanigans by an ex-employee. And of course, I tied it in with Netflix's deal with the WWE for, I think it was like a 10-year, $5 billion deal or the other way around. But the one thing that the commenter pointed out was me getting his age wrong. I sarcastically said he was 90. He's really 78 years old. But then again, that's what it's called. It's called sarcasm, and it seems like this commenter had a hang up on it. All right. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But we'll see you guys next time. Peace.